Hello, David Zritsky for the Bond Experience. Welcome back. Now, if you know anything about my channel, you know that I love talking about brands. And yes, I love talking about the products, the customer experience. I love talking about the people that make up the brand, the design. But I love most of all talking about the stories, the heritage of the brands. And there was one that I really connected to many years back called Hemmingsworth. And Hemmingsworth is what's the best way to describe them? Well, they are a made in England brand. It's a matter of sartorial British elegance, impeccably crafted, exquisitely designed, and the way they do this is in mind and connection to the modern globetrotter. And I consider myself a modern globetrotter. You're probably a modern globetrotter as well. And I'm not talking the luggage brand. I'm talking about somebody that travels the world for Bond and beyond and other things, and you're on the go. So this is a brand that not only takes pride in the fact that everything is conceptualized, created, executed, and even made in England, but it's also for the person that is on the go. And can you think of a better Bond moniker than somebody that's a globetrotter, that's on the go, that can't have clothing that is binding? It can't be uncomfortable. It has to move with you, but it also has to look exquisite. It has to look elegant. It has to look the part of the person wearing it. And because of that, the powers that be at Hemmingsworth they're constantly scouring the globe to find the best materials, the best designs, and how they work together harmoniously. And you've seen them in action. And you're like, what are you talking about, David? It's the first time no, yes, you have. If you've seen any of my GoldenEye pictures, any of my GoldenEye videos and my product reviews from that, or the experience of Gatherall GoldenEye, you've experienced Hemmingsworth, because these short/swimsuits lived with me on a daily basis. These are wonderfully designed so you can wear them as shorts to a nice dinner or a wonderful lunch, and then you could throw yourself into the Caribbean. Yes, they're swim shorts as well, but look at the design of these. I want to get up close because it's almost like a seersucker type situation, but you've got thoughtful pockets, you've got the tabs. Everything fits so perfectly, but check out the fit of these. I mean, here's a picture. This just fits like a modern aesthetic, but it's flattering. Somehow they designed these to be even flattering on me. And that's a testimony. And I have to tell you, they sent me several pieces to, let's call them field tests out there. And it could have gone many different directions. It could have been some things that just didn't connect with me. These shorts I wound up even wearing in a discussion about Fleming's style. I know, because Fleming's style was all about comfort. It wasn't about things that would wrap you and not want to release you. It wasn't about the clothes wearing you. You have to wear the clothes, and that's where these came from. And then there were others that saw me in those videos wearing something a little bit more, I'll say, colorful, because it's Barbie pink. And that is these shorts, which I thought gave off a very nice Thunderball look to them. You can see the back, the way it's designed. Again, beautifully designed, but the fit, the feel, the function, all those many F's, and yes, the fashion that we talk about, the 4 F's. This thing just, it exceeded every expectation. And that's kind of what I wanted to highlight with Hemmingsworth. Hemmingsworth could be a very interesting brand in and of itself, right? You know, made in England, scours the globe for great fabrics, good people running it, great customer experience. They could stop, and they could probably make a very good living. They decided to go the correct route and build us items that we could wear and really enjoy and thrive in, and it would make us look good, and we could enjoy them and make them our own. And now these two pairs of short/swimsuits have become a regular part of my armament of what I wear in the summer. Or, for example, I have a vacation coming up in October, mid-October, right after London, and I'm going to be going to Portugal. And we're going to be going to a resort right on the beach. Guess what's coming with me? That down below. Not surprising. Now, many of you are saying, well, David, that's great, but when you're releasing this, it's, I'm not exactly wearing shorts and bathing suits anymore. That's fine because they also sent some other goodies. For example, this right here, which is this olive colored field jacket, but it has such incredible Bond vibes to it. First of all, it's incredibly lightweight yet hardy, so it's going to keep off the fall chill, if you will. And by the way, you'll notice that I'm just pairing this with a very simple t-shirt. I'm trying to make it so, it's not too fussy. But let's take a look at this. We'll button it up, hold. Now this gives you an idea of the absolutely flattering profile of this. It has the tabs on the side so you can cinch them in. This creates what I call a suppressed waist, which is very British, very British. You know, a lot of suiting does this as well. Great high armholes, so it's not bat winging. We do not like bat wings, you know me in that. It hits on the sleeve really well, and obviously it's got these buttons to kind of open things up. But the patch pockets, the utility of this jacket is really fantastic, but it's also this type of jacket, hold, wait, you're gonna see it coming, that you can travel with. Remember the Globetrotter aspect? This is a perfect analogy of that because this is something you could ball up into a bag. You have your backpack or your attaché or you're traveling on a plane, you could ball this up. And by the way, I didn't steam this, right? You take it out and you wear it, a pair of chinos, a simple navy t-shirt, and you're off to the races. You have something to stave off the autumn, the fall chill that you might normally feel, but it looks great. And it's unique, like you. It's unique like you because here are the things. There are so many things out there that just blend. They're not unique. You just, you follow the crowd, you follow the cattle. This doesn't do that. You've got this wonderfully sort of enlarged scalloped collar that Hemmingsworth is known for, but it's tied in with this unique color. Not everybody's wearing green. Olive, it's something that's a bit unique and different, and that's why I like it. Now, this next piece, you're going to see harkens back to an incredibly Bond moment. I told you. I mean, look how this looks like with a nice blue Aquaterra watch face. Again, pair of just simple chinos, a blue shirt underneath. You don't need to become complicated with the other pieces when you have something like this. This is their Harrington. And again, it is this lightweight fabric. It's incredibly light. I wish you could feel it, but it's feather light. And it's feather light because they don't want anything too obtrusive that's going to travel with you. Weight restrictions, size restrictions, the fussiness of travel in general. This is something, and it doesn't sound very elegant or sexy, but you could literally ball it up and put it into a bag or shove it into an overhead. One of the things that the CEO and founder, Matt, told me is take these things. He didn't go so far as to say abuse them, but he said use the heck out of them, or some vernacular of that. He said it in a much more elegant way than I'm saying it. But in other words, don't baby these things. And we've always said this about watches or shoes, like wear these things, wear them, test these out. And I have tested this out, and I think it's going to be amongst your favorite. Look at the tab on the bottom to cinch it so you can get that really nice sort of funnel look. I like that V that you can see. I'll stand it up against some of the other pieces. I'll walk it around. You'll see it from the profile. I'm trying not to hunch, David. Stand up straight like you're proud. You've got these nice armholes. The sleeves are great. By the way, buttons, who's got the buttons? We don't talk about buttons. These are all British-made pieces, but look at the buttons. The buttons are great, but what I love about this is, let's say you don't want that sort of funneled, I'll call it funneled, why not? Funneled look of your sleeve. You want it a little bit more tailored. You just make that adjustment, and now your sleeve is tailored. It's got the nice pleats, and it falls extremely well. We don't always talk about how things fall, how a zipper falls, how it looks, how it moves. But this is where Hemmingsworth really sets itself uniquely from other brands that I tend to talk about. Hemmingsworth is about living. What's the point of living if you can't fit alive? But no, it is. It's about living. It's not about wearing clothes. It's not about fast fashion. It's about living, that you can live. I mean, you've got this kind of storm flap. If it gets cold, you can bring it up like this and it's still, look how clean that looks. Look how it fits. I've got a barrel chest. Hashtag Bond Fitness Challenge? Nah. Probably genetics, yeah. And this fits so nicely. I open it up, let myself breathe a little bit, and it just feels great. This thing is going to get a lot of attention. Now, utility. If nothing else, look at the inside. First of all, killer lining. Killer lining. But look at the lining here, and then look at the pockets. They've designed pockets to hold phones, pens, passports. Did I mention global travel? This is just paying it forward. I have a quick story, because stories. I had Luke Taggart here, and he was in my house. I had a larger size of this, one size up, and Luke is one size up from me. And he saw the Harrington. He's like, he tried it on. He's like, he didn't even ask the brand. He goes, I need this jacket in my life. He wound up getting in touch with Hemmingsworth, and he purchased the jacket that day. That day, he owns the same jacket. Luke and I need to talk to each other because we can't wear the jacket at the same time. It would be embarrassing. These are the banes and issues in a Bond fan's life. Got to call each other before we wear something. Yeah. There's a lot going on with this next look. For example, I've got two pieces from Hemmingsworth. I've got their navy pants, which I've worn probably 3 times before I've even done this video, 3 times. So comfortable, so thin, so airy, so light. They travel well, comfortable. They fit perfectly. They're not too baggy, but they're also not skinny. They're kind of like a slim cut that's sort of tapered down exactly how I like it. So these pants are fantastic, but the real highlight is this shawl top. Now you may know I'm a sucker for a good shawl sweater. I love shawl cardigans, button downs. This is a shawl pullover. It's amazing. It's merino wool, but it's some of the softest merino wool I have ever felt. Let me get nice up and close so you can see the color. It's that ivory, that Goldfinger ivory that we all appreciate and love, and I'm messing up the lines terribly. I'm going to take this off because some designer out there for Hemmingsworth is very sad that I'm messing up the line. Look at the boat neck line here. Look at that. Look at the button. Look at the way it falls and drapes. Look at the way the shoulders fit. The rib down below, which, by the way, if you wanted to, I know a lot of people do this, you know, you may not want it to come down that far. You can easily just, by the way, Brad Pitt does this. He kind of folds in the bottom portion of his sweaters, of his sweatshirts, etc. And then you've got this nice, almost a slightly more tailored look. You've got the nice ribbings here, which again, you can fold. You don't have to fold. I don't like to fold them. I like to almost create a frame for my watch. And again, look at how the watch is popping against that ivory. But this is so comfortable. And I'm going to go back to the word comfortable and soft and things like that, because these are items that I will be traveling with. I will be taking this to England when I go to England. I will be traveling around with this. This will be going through the wilds of Pennsylvania, where I live. So this is something that's going to be well traveled, and I love a classic look. And so Hemmingsworth has this ability to tie classic with well-tailored, with a great heritage, and that's all the parts and pieces coming together that I enjoy. But this next one, we're starting to move from classic and a little bit fashion pieces to what I call traditional style. So this is a traditional style. This next piece is as basic as you can get. Right? Basic. It is their navy sweatshirt. It's a size medium, by the way, and I'll put all my sizes of each of the pieces below so you can then determine what size you may want. But this is a pretty basic thing until it's not, because what's not basic is the type of incredibly soft material. Now, you've seen different materials for sweatshirts. You can get sweatshirts practically anywhere in any store. Because it is made in England, because they really take a look across at how is it going to be stitched? What is it going to be made of? How does it breathe? The reason I took a size medium rather than a small is I could have done a small and then it would have been like, I believe a good sweatshirt should move with you. I think that it should just be comfortable. You should be able to relax in it. You should be able to saunter up to somebody, and it shouldn't be binding. Sweatshirts, although you can elevate them beyond the gym, beyond the tradition of like, oh, that's what he showed up in, a sweatshirt. When you have something with this color, with these type of interesting lines to them, with the look of it, and even the heritage, you can elevate it so easily. I've elevated it again, with this Aqua Terra, but I've also paired it with a contrast. These chinos really make this pop. And look, it's just us in the room, so I can talk about this thing, but with my coloring and look, and yes, even the silver hair, navy always flatters me. It's a flattering color. So sometimes, like the shawl that I just wore, if I don't have a little bit of good skin color because of the sun or something like that, it can kind of wash me out. But navy is always going to look good. Now, all that aside, every movie, every story has a hero, has a star. And there's something that Hemmingsworth sent to me that has, I mean, seriously lit the vernacular of my audience on fire. When they saw me in this next piece, or pieces, they were like, oh my gosh, who made that? What is that? And it started when I had my Thunderball Gatherall, and I wore this, and then I wore it again in California for some auctions, and then I wore it again, and this thing has become a staple. Why am I yapping? Let me just show you what it is. Do you recognize this? You've probably seen it in quite a few pictures, maybe even a few videos or two, but this is one of their seersucker suits. And I love this. First of all, my pants that I'm wearing, which matches the jacket, they're a size 32 waist, and the jacket is a 42. You can see that it fits me well. It's not too big. It's got a nice suppressed waist. You got a little bit of kind of look there. And by the way, I've tied it with a very simple navy polo. You could tie it with a lot of different things, knit, linen, t-shirts. It really runs the gamut. But I've worn this in warm weather, really warm weather, California, slightly cooler Pennsylvania weather. I've worn it in different aspects, inside and outside. I wore it to work. I wore it to a presentation. I wore it to a pitch. Are you getting the sense that I maybe like this? And I liked it for several reasons. First of all, look at the pattern. This is not your typical pattern. This has an amazing pattern to it, coloring. It's something unique that I do not own. I love the light blue mixed with the black and some of the grays in there. And again, the pants follow suit, very much like the shorts in the bathing suit, where the tabs and the buttons are superlative. This is so lightweight. You've got a few indoor, I like to say indoor, I don't know why, indoor pockets that you can put your phone in. And what's nice about that is the phone doesn't leave an imprint in your pocket. It hangs down here. It actually brings down the drape of your suit. But look at the way this thing flows. And that's what I love about this. I'm gonna blow your mind. I have not ironed this. Maybe a light steam every now and then, but because it's seersucker, it sort of just accepts and demonstrates appropriate wrinkles. You're going to have a little wrinkle when you come off of a plane. I've come off of a plane in this outfit, looking like this. I didn't need steam. This is one of these fabrics, and again, they really do focus on not just the build and the execution and the story, but also the fabrics and how the fabrics will live and breathe with you and move. You know, movement of something like this. I was sitting at a cocktail hour, Who sits at a cocktail hour? I was standing at a cocktail hour, moving around and being able to talk to people. And all I could hear from people was, cross my heart, heart's here, David, you look sharp. You always look sharp. I guess you have to look sharp because you're the Bond guy. Little did they know, I wasn't wearing a known Bond brand. I was wearing Hemmingsworth. I was sort of repping Hemmingsworth in a way that they didn't even know, in that I was wearing it everywhere. And when I did my Thunderball Gatherall in Pennsylvania, I wore it for kind of the opening night festivities because it was outdoor in a tent and it was warm, and I wasn't, because this thing breathes. And it's one of these things, you can hear the passion in my voice around it, because I want to extol the virtues of what I call these mid-sized brands. They're not monster brands. You're not going to find them in Primark. They're individual owned brands that really do need to see more appreciative eyes, more audience eyes. And I wanted to introduce these to you. And this is a great entry point. What I love about this is you can wear the pants, you can wear the jacket separately, it can live with you. Look at again, I'm going to keep showing you the silhouette and the look of this, because it's superlative. So Hemmingsworth, hopefully we'll be working with them more. Hopefully we'll be utilizing and field testing more of their kit. I can't wait to demonstrate more of that. And as we move into the colder weather, who knows what they're going to have in store for us. We'll investigate it together. In the meantime, this has been David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience. We'll see you all real soon. Take care.
Hemmingsworth is the swimwear label for lovers of quality. Our journey began 5 years ago. It was born out of the desire to create the world's most luxurious shorts, a garment that gentlemen who favoured quality would choose to wear every day. Inspired by the timelessness and durability of the 19th century British racing ships, Clipper was aptly chosen as the name for our first collection. And true to its racing homage, every Hemmingsworth short is made here in London, allowing us the distinct advantage of being able to blend heritage Savile Row tailoring with cutting-edge fabric and material design. More than you can imagine goes into every pair of Hemmingsworth Clipper shorts, with a 29 signature piece pattern and 17 hand finish stages between now and the wrapping of the finished pair of shorts. By cutting the cloth by hand, we follow the natural line of the fabrics so that patterns on your shorts align perfectly. No attention to detail is too much. All our shorts have a French fly and an integral hidden adjustable waist belt. A little touch that guarantees extreme comfort, appearance and hold all day in and out of the water. Our buttons are carefully crafted from Tahitian mother of pearl. Zips are made to order in Italy by Lampo, and flat buckles are cast and tooled especially for us in Germany. For the Clipper collection, we utilise lightweight seersucker and cotton blend fabrics, blending traditional yarns with the latest modern fibres for a feel that is reminiscent of soft cotton with the advantage of being quick drying. Before the shorts leave the factory, each pair is uniquely numbered and the Hemmingsworth signature of embroidery is added, guaranteeing you have the finest pair of tailored English swim shorts in the world.
Thanks for watching the Bond Experience. If you like what you saw, why don't you subscribe to the channel by clicking this button right here. We'll keep you up on everything new that's happening in the world of Bond. And speaking of something new, here's something new just for you, because we know you so well. Talk to you soon.